Dan Rebarchick. I'm the owner, chef at Lenny's restaurant, California, Maryland. Glad to be here with you today. We're going to talk oysters. We're going to be showing you how to open oysters. I have 3 different types of oyster knives here. All of them are very similar. This is one that I personally took it and shaved it down, got a little sharper edge on it. This one here is a thin, more flexible, same basic knife but a little bit stiffer. This particular knife, a couple of these here, you can actually purchase at the tackle box down in Lexington Park. So I highly recommend, if you decide you want to start shucking oysters, go down, see Ken Lamb, tell him you saw us on the Lex Leader for Lenny's, and that he needed an oyster knife. Because I'm supposed to be teaching you the right way, we're going to try to go in the front of this. Remember that the colder the oyster is, the easier that it pops open. This one here is popping open pretty easy. When you get to this point, there's a muscle at the top and the bottom of the shell. You have to slide your knife across that. When you do, give it a twist and pop opens up your oyster. Is that gorgeous or what? Now, this is a Circle C oyster, okay? Now you would take your knife and you can see the muscle is attached right down here, okay? See how that's still hooked up? What you want to do, take your knife and just cut across it, cut it loose. Your oyster now will slide right out. The other thing that I want to show you is how to force it. You can't get the oyster open by going into the side on the front. You can go into the back. If you'll look, there's a slot here in the very back of the oyster. You push your knife in there firmly, grasp it, and twist it. See how that just popped right open? Okay? Even when you can't get an oyster to open from the front, it will open from the back. See, this is kind of what I refer to as a medium size. This is a smaller cocktail type size oyster. Okay, and back here we have what I look at as like a large oyster. I've even had oysters as big as my hand. But the key to this is that this is a dinner. When you open this oyster up, you stuff it with crab meat, you bake it in the oven, and 2 of these, you got one fabulous dinner. So oysters, no matter when you get them, they're delicious. So, with our local oyster from the Breton Bay, we do the same concept. They're normally a little thicker shell from being on the bottom, okay? And we have to get the shell to pop, as we just did, okay? Slide again, right across the top. You'll notice I keep this towel in my hand just because I don't want this sharp knife I created to go through my hand. Now, always remember that when you're shucking, you're going to chip the shell. You could have a little shell. You want to make sure it's clean. Okay? Go ahead, cut it loose from the bottom, just like we did. This is a delicious cocktail size oyster. Okay, and there's only really, to me, this size oyster, there's really just one thing to do with it. And you take it like this, and you go like this. And it's delicious. So,